All right, everybody, welcome back. So today is going to be interesting, I think. We are doing a deep dive today that we picked out special just for you.
Oh, special for me, huh?
Yeah, well, for our listeners.
Yeah.
I think a lot of you out there are kind of looking at your life and wondering, like, how can I make some changes?
Yeah, make it a little bit better, right?
Right, exactly.
Let's offer that.
What do we got today?
So this is a single document that it's called Repurpose and Refocus One's Life.
Repurpose and Refocus.
Yeah. So, give your life a fresh coat of paint.
Okay, I like that. Give your life a fresh coat of paint. What does that even mean?
Yeah, that is a good question. And I think that's what we're going to try to unpack here today.
All right, I'm ready.
So just for a little bit of context, this document is from February 8th of 2025.
Okay, so pretty recent.
Yeah, very recent. It's on a website called www.innerway.com.au.
Innerway.com.au.
That's right. And it's by an author named Shawn Wondunna-Foley.
And the whole document is really about this idea that even when things are tough, you're not alone.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. And the author actually says here, quote, "Even when facing challenges, you are not alone. The universe supports your positive actions to create a better world."
Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Like the universe is on our side in a way.
Yeah, and not just like passively on our side, but like it actually supports our positive actions.
So the more good we do in the world, the more the universe is going to kind of like push us along and help us out.
Yeah, I think that's what the author is getting at.
That's cool. I like that idea a lot. It reminds me of like that idea of the ripple effect.
Oh, yeah. How's that?
Well, it's like if you throw a pebble into a pond, the ripples, they spread out, right?
Yeah.
And they get bigger and bigger and they affect the whole pond.
The whole thing.
Exactly. So it's kind of like that with our actions. Even small actions, they can have a big impact on the world around us.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into this next part that I wanted to ask you about. So the author talks about shifting and shaping a new trajectory for humanity.
Oh, wow.
Like, what does that even mean?
Well, it sounds like it's about more than just ourselves. Like our actions, they don't just affect us, they affect everyone.
Yeah, and it's like we're not just along for the ride.
Right. We're actually helping to steer the ship.
Yeah, and the universe is the wind in our sails. I don't know if that metaphor works.
I like it. I like it a lot. So we're setting the direction and the universe is giving us the power.
Okay, I can get behind that. But then there's this other phrase that I really wanted to get your take on.
All right, hit me.
Moving the timeline.
Moving the timeline. That sounds pretty sci-fi.
Right, like time travel or something. But what do you think the author actually means by that?
Okay, so I think what they're saying is that the choices we make today, they're creating the future.
Okay, so it's not about literally changing the past.
Right. It's about recognizing that our actions have consequences.
Consequences.
Yeah. And those consequences, they shape the world that we're going to live in tomorrow.
So every decision we make is like a fork in the road.
Exactly. And we get to choose which path we want to take.
Okay, I'm with you. And I think that kind of ties into this idea of being a change agent, which the author talks a lot about.
Change agent. So we're not just passengers, we're actually agents of change. We're actively shaping the future.
Yeah. And the author even mentions this idea of a free, interstellar, spiritually united Type 1 galactic civilization.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
Right. It's pretty ambitious, to say the least.
So what is a Type 1 galactic civilization?
I was hoping you could explain that.
Okay, well, it's based on something called the Kardashev scale.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Basically, it's a way of measuring how advanced a civilization is.
Based on what?
Based on their energy consumption.
Energy consumption.
Yeah. So a Type 1 civilization, they can harness all the energy that's available on their planet.
Wow.
So it's a pretty big step up from where we are now.
Definitely. And the author is saying that this civilization, it's not just technologically advanced, but it's also spiritually united.
Right. So they figured out how to live in peace and harmony, not just with each other, but with the entire universe.
Yeah, and they've expanded out into the galaxy.
Interstellar travel, that's the dream.
It's a pretty amazing vision.
Very utopian.
So how do we get there?
Well, the author says that we need to repurpose and refocus our lives to co-create this new world.
What does that look like in practice?
Well, I think it starts with aligning our lives with certain values.
Like what?
The author specifically mentions honesty, truth, freedom, trust, and authenticity.
Okay.
So it's about living in a way that's congruent with those values.
So it's not just about like big grand gestures.
Right. It's about the choices we make every day.
The little things.
Exactly. Because all those little things, they add up.
And they contribute to this larger vision of a better future.
Yeah. And the author ends the document with 2 hashtags.
Oh, yeah. What are they?
Hashtag Repurpose on Refocus and hashtag Agent of Change.
So it's a call to action.
Definitely.
What do those hashtags mean to you?
Well, to me, it means that we all have the power to make a difference.
Even in small ways.
Exactly. And if we all start making those small changes, who knows what kind of future we can create?
That is a really powerful message, and I think that's a great place to leave it for today.
Yeah, food for thought.
If you're interested in learning more about these ideas, I encourage you to check out www.innerway.com.au.
Yeah, it's worth a read.
So until next time, thanks for tuning in.
See you next time.
And remember, you have the power to change the world.
One small step at a time.
That's right.
All right, bye, everybody.
See ya!